Hey Art, hey John. I figured that this would be a much more comprehensive way to digest some of the information that I want to share with you. Basically like a mini coaching session. And I want to address sleep. And I think that it would just be easier if you just grabbed a pen and a notebook and you just listened to this and took some notes, because the recommendations I'm going to make are pretty in-depth, and I felt like rather than having you read through a bunch of my text, I would just shoot this information to you, and that way you can also feel my passion for it, because I truly believe that this is going to be really the game changer for you. But it is going to require you to definitely make some sacrifices. Overall, I think it'll be worth it. So I want to talk about basically 6 pillars of good sleep that I think we need to put in place for you. So grab your pen, grab your notebook, maybe dad's watching, maybe mom too. We have to get your endocrine system functioning a little bit better. And I think that there are a few things going on that I need to address. Your circadian rhythm is off because you're sleeping at different hours and waking up at different times, and that can just really wreak havoc on your body, and I think it's contributing to your overall fatigue. So, first thing we want to address is creating a regular sleep schedule. And since you have to be up this summer once a week pretty early because you have to be at work at 7 a.m., that's going to be your baseline for when you're going to get up the rest of the week, okay? So if you're getting up at 6:30 that one early day, I want you to get into the habit now of making 6:30 your get up time, okay? So 6:30 a.m. is going to be the time that you get up in the morning. And that being said, I know you want to go out with your friends, and I know that you are going to have a great summer and enjoy yourself. So if you are going to go out, that's totally fine. Just don't do it more than 2 nights in a row. So if you're going to go out and you're not going to get home till 3 a.m., you're going to need a couple of days to recover from that, right? You can't go, Friday, Saturday, Sunday and do that in a row, or even just Friday, Saturday. Try to do Friday, Sunday, or, once or twice a week, but not more than 2 days in a row. So I hope that makes sense. Because if you're going to go more than 2 days in a row without recovery, your body never really makes up for it, and you're putting your endocrine function at risk again, and it's going to keep you perpetuating the tired state. So, number 1 is we're setting the sleep schedule for 6:30 a.m. wake-up time most days of the week. Now we're going to work backwards from that, okay? So we want to make sure that you're getting enough sleep cycles, which I think you do. You're sleeping for 9 hours, which means you're probably getting 6 sleep cycles in. A sleep cycle is about 90 minutes long, and it combines your REM, like your deep sleep, and your non-REM sleep. We need both. What I think is also happening is even though you're getting the quantity of sleep that you need, you're not getting enough REM sleep. Your sleep cycles might be a little bit broken down, and since that's happening, the symptoms are overall fatigue, muscle weakness, especially for a young kid who might still be growing and is certainly really active. If you're not getting enough REM sleep, then your body is not able to restore, repair, regenerate muscle tissue and really just reset all the functions of the body, give every tissue in the body what it needs to perform at its best. And again, you're 17 going on 18, so it's likely you might still be growing a little bit, so it's even more essential that you have that deeper REM sleep. So how do we create that? Well, now we're going to talk about bedtime habits. And this is a tough one, and I get it, but I think it'll just make such a huge difference. You got to remove the devices from your room. Like, remove them from your room. The last time you should be checking any type of electronic device is like 90 minutes, maybe 60 minutes before bedtime. You need to give yourself that device curfew because a couple things happening. One, the blue light that these devices emit gets into your eyes and it keeps you stimulated, and it actually inhibits the production of melatonin. Now, I know that sounds sciencey, but basically melatonin is your sleep hormone. And you need to secrete melatonin so that you can get into that REM sleep, okay? Studies show that the less melatonin we secrete, the less likely it is that we're going to be able to get into REM. And blue light, the blue light from your screens, it shuts down your body's ability to produce melatonin. So we want to give you a device curfew, okay? So if you're going to hit the bed 10, 11 o'clock at night, then guess what? No devices after 9. Hope that makes sense. You want to get them out of your room because even within 6 feet of where you sleep, your devices are emitting magnetic frequencies. And again, the science is pretty new here, but we're seeing more and more that, this could really affect your ability to get into REM sleep as well. It could also jack up your cortisol levels even while you're sleeping, which is definitely no good. It could also produce some insulin in your body. And again, all these things disrupt your ability to get a deep sleep. And since we are really hell-bent on getting you out of this fatigue state, I think it's necessary to take some more extreme measures and try this out. Even the TV, my friend. I know you probably just got it in your room, but it's got to go. Sorry. It's going to be worth it. I promise. Next thing is how you're getting your sunlight. So another reason why I think it's going to be super important for you to wake up at 6:30 on a regular basis. When you wake up at noon, you've actually missed the essential window of time for a human being to experience all the benefits of sunlight. We are all unique, but we're all still the same animal. And as humans, as animals, we need vitamin D in the form of sunlight, and the window is usually between 6 and 8:30, depending on the time of year. If you're not getting that dose in the morning, you're not actually giving your body enough of an opportunity to secrete cortisol when it's supposed to. And a lot of people have disrupted sleep because they're not managing their cortisol levels. Your body produces a lot of cortisol in the morning because it's anticipating that it's going to do work, which is ideal. This is what we want. And sunlight feeds that. And when I say sunlight, I mean as soon as you wake up in the morning, you throw the shades open, you get that sunlight in through your windows. But one step further is getting outside between the hours of 6 and 8:30 and getting fresh air and getting sunlight on your body. So I think this could go hand in hand with your workout schedule. And maybe getting outside, either, getting in a tennis session early AM would be a score for you, I think, in managing your sleep patterns. I think the earlier in the day that you can work out, which moves into my next tip, the earlier in the day you're getting your workout done, the better your sleep is going to be at night. Again, because of what I mentioned about cortisol, and it has a half-life. And cortisol and melatonin are inversely proportional, meaning that if you secrete more cortisol, your melatonin goes down. And the more melatonin you secrete, your cortisol goes down. So we want high melatonin at night, low cortisol. We want high cortisol in the morning, low melatonin. So the higher you get that cortisol means the lower it's going to go during the evening hours, which again is going to create deeper, more quality sleep for you. So get your vitamin D early in the morning. I would recommend getting your workouts done before 8 a.m. I wouldn't wait. I would not do evening workouts because you're going to get also an adrenaline surge, which again can affect your sleep patterns. So early morning workouts, getting your vitamin D right away. The key to that, it all goes together. Getting the devices out of your room, giving yourself a device curfew, setting your circadian rhythm up by keeping your sleep schedule pretty regular, with the exception of going out. If you go out, try not to do more than 2 nights in a row. And the last thing is make sure your room is blacked out. I know you mentioned that you do have some light coming in from the street. And again, we're trying to get really dialed in, really focused on getting you the best quality sleep that we can. We want to get those sleep cycles on point. So I would encourage you guys to go out and get some blackout shades so that you don't have any light coming in through your bedroom during the night. And that's definitely going to help you sleep. So that is your sleep program. There's about 6 pillars, 6 tips I went over. So hopefully you took notes, and I want you to use that as a checklist. You don't have to change everything today, but I would like you to put one thing in place each day over the course of a week, so that at the end of a week, you've put all of these things in place, and it's going to feel really uncomfortable, and it's going to be a little bit painful. But after about 3 weeks solid of this, guess what? You are definitely going to feel less fatigued, no question. And that's going to give you the motivation to want to continue this. So I hope that makes sense. These are things that I want feedback on. So I do want you to actually shoot me back an email, let me know what you've implemented for each day, and then how it's going and how you're feeling. Sleep, huge pillar. I know I mentioned it. It's the foundation. So hope that is a great kickoff for the other information that I'm going to send you with regard to your nutrition, and then a couple of workout tips.